Welcome to One Word a Day. I'm Sophie, your pilot into the universe of Chinese, and welcome to a new week. And this week, I have another sound alikes. It looks like this. Little bit more strokes and complicated, right? It's a left and right structure, basically. And the left side, if you learned Chinese a little bit, you probably can recognize this is a person symbol. The right side, though, is a historically long-standing character. That's qian. That's no longer self-standing. We don't use that character on its own anymore. And I have to look up a dictionary of how it's pronounced. Qian, okay, so how it's pronounced. Useless knowledge now, but all you need to know is together, this person symbol with this qian now sounds like jiǎn. And you can see simplified and traditional looks different, quite different. At least this part is a lot more different. This, if you write it out, is total 10 strokes. Here, simplified to 4. It almost looks like a smiley face, right? Okay, if you look at the 2,000 years ago, Xu Shen dictionary here, more curvatures and gives us more storytelling. So, took me some time to figure out what the qian, the right side, is. It was made of basically top, middle, bottom, 3 parts. The top, this triangle or almost triangle shape, looks like a roof with some ceiling over there. That means gathering. And you can view it almost as an institution, like a big organization. It can be your house, your own residence roof, but it could be like a White House, the particular kind of a house that has a particular kind of power assigned to it. So it depends on the context, what kind of roof that is. Okay, now the middle here, 2 mouses. I had a long debate with AI, like, okay, the mouse is on top of a person. That actually means older brother, 兄 in Chinese. However, when you see the simplified Chinese traditional version, the 2 were separated. It was not rendered as 兄. So AI had, I guess, a bigger knowledge base access and give me reason why it's actually separated, because it starts from the origin. The earlier version, like Oracle bones, that inscribed onto bones, that kind of a preserved knowledge, it's separated. It's not attached together to mean a brother. Separated 2 mouses actually means debating, means different voices. And that I kind of can agree, because we do have same voice under the sky kind of expression. That means same, unity. When you have 2 mouses, by that visual cue, it's 2. It means not a unity. It means conflicting views, at least. So here we have under a roof, 2 voices, not unity. And then at the bottom, 2 person symbol. And Chinese is a left-oriented character. Like this person symbol, even if right now it's simplified like a stick with something slanted on it, it's almost like, I don't know, like your umbrella on the beach kind of thing. But ancient Chinese, it looks like this. It's oriented toward the left. The reason why is this more straight lines is the front side of the body, and this is the back torso. It's longer, curvier, and so it's a profile view of left-facing person, and that means that person is supposed to go forward toward that direction. Now, there's 2 persons, and you can see, yeah, they kind of simplified into the same way, versus 2,000 years ago, still like wrapped around like that. These are 2 persons, and I had came across this multiple times to explain that when both persons facing the left, that means follow, because they have a place to go, they are moving forward. When both of them are facing back, backwards, like exactly same sign like this, but oriented toward the right. That means they're not going forward, they're standing still, comparing with each other. And that's the wisdom of Chinese, just by orientation, so much information packed into it. So at the bottom, that means a follow. What's this whole thing is about? We have a roof, we have a debate, and then we have follow. So my interpretation of that and the ultimate meaning I'm going to review shortly is, okay, it's almost like an ancient assembly of opinions. It's the ancient way to make decisions, because as a society, in the past or currently, we need to make some big decisions collectively. Even if for long periods of time, China was, one emperor, but even that one emperor, before decision making, in the courtroom, people have to voice up and debate, and then ultimate decision maker, the ruler. But all the voices under that one roof thing totally carried out in a way. So it's almost like an ancient legislative assembly, kind of today's parliament, except, ancient societal form, that you have this institution place, people debate out ideas, and once that debate is done, kind of a compromise or trade-off or a better, more full, rounded, well-considered, debated conclusion was made, then people follow that. No more different voices. No more like wasting energy going for different directions. Once decision is made, everybody go the same way. So this 谦, just the right part, this quite visual sign of what was happening over there through decision-making process, eventually meant restricting or law-making process. And that can apply at different levels, nation level, tribal level at ancient times, or individual level. So here, as it's paired with a person symbol, so it's on an individual level, the whole thing means thrifty, means in your mind, the institution of your brain, different voices. One is a spender. You want to spend money, splurge on yourself. The other is say, hold on, we need to think about the future, not just now, right? So once that debate is done, you kind of follow the discipline, your financial discipline you set for yourself. And this discipline specifically pointing to kind of underspending, kind of a savers mindset. That applied to the historical context of China, that, life was hard and people need to save up. That was kind of a unifying, universal reality back then. So this person living under discipline, just pointing to that one direction. Okay, examples. 节省, 省 means save, means you don't use everything you have, you save some for later. So 节省, thrifty and save together double down on that meaning of being mindful of how much you spend. 勤俭, 勤 means you work diligently, hardworking. So oftentimes people, actually Chinese like to self-describe themselves to be 勤俭. Lot of family, like how they accumulate personal wealth in hard times. One is 勤, hardworking, earn more income. One is 俭, to save. So that's the like a 勤俭, Chinese, two Chinese characters already give you the solution of how to survive. That so many, financial advising industry was talking about. It's just two words. Okay, 俭腹. Fu means your belly, your underbelly especially. And underbelly, oftentimes the Chinese use our body part of underbelly to mean how much you know. Interesting, right? So it's almost like a gut feeling, but it's learned gut feeling, educated guesses, or knowledge over the years that accumulated on your gut. That's how Chinese represent your knowledge accumulation. And 减负 means 减 means restricting, constraint. That you don't really have much. You kind of have a undernourished gut, so to speak. But this apply to knowledge. So that means somebody who is not well read, not well traveled, so everything is kind of a minimal survivalist, bare minimal understanding of the world, and fu especially this accumulation of knowledge, right? Okay, so I don't see 减负 a lot in in our everyday wording, but that's one application of a 减, because when you do 减, super disciplined financially or how your lifestyle set up, when you do that to the extreme, this 减负 can be kind of overdue. So 减 in that context, when paired with the gut like that, it would point to kind of a poor, malnourished gut. And that becomes going to the negative term, because in Chinese, the whole philosophy is there is this sweet spot, right? You cannot go to either end. That will harm you. But this 减, even if it's a virtue, that, 勤俭 was the way to go for most of the times, for most of the people. But the 减负, when you do it too extreme, you would be poor, like poor-minded, poor nourished. All right, so here is a direct view of how thrifty will look like. Not encouraging this. This is totally malnourishment, but it points to 减负. Okay, 减, thank you for your time. See you another day.